What's going on, everybody? 13-mile run today, Indian Head Rail Trail, about 9 weeks out from the Marine Corps Marathon. Just over 3.5 miles in, quarter of the way done. Goal today is just to keep shuffling the entire pace. I'm on the Indian Head Rail Trail today, which is a bit more shaded than the normal rail trail I do, 3-notch rail trail. So this one's got more trees on either side rather than cutting through along the freeway and through towns. But I also started at a low point in the trail. So I'm running uphill for most of this 3.5 miles so far, and most of the remaining 3 miles till I turn around. So I'm hoping that'll make my return trip easier. First time running with a hydration pack today, Camelback, rather than just the flasks. Morning. Last week I ran out of water by about mile 6, which isn't good. I didn't let all the air out of this thing though, so it's been sloshing around this whole time. But I've been prioritizing drinking from that to get it lighter early on. Not feeling good about my prospects on this marathon. I know I'm gonna finish, but it's not looking like it's gonna be a sub 6 hour time. I was hoping to get it down to 5.5 or so. So at this point, I just got to get my body used to moving for 4 or 5 hours. 6 miles in, half mile shy of the turnaround point, dragging, but I haven't walked yet. So about 2 weeks ago, I got COVID for a couple days. My kids brought it home from summer camp, so quarantined for a couple days to avoid taking it to work, and then I ended up catching it. So I took 2 weeks off from long runs. Last week I did an 11-mile run, probably walked about a third, maybe 40%. So my goal today, to get back on track for endurance, is to keep shuffling for this one, even if it is a 15, 16-minute mile. But turnaround's coming up, so all I gotta do is get back to the car. So far, so good. Back flask is almost empty, as expected. But I haven't touched my 2 chest flasks yet. But it's not good. This much water for a half marathon. Now it is still August versus October. Hopefully I'll be fine in October with these 3 flasks and then water checkpoints. But I'm sweating everything I got right now. It's so muggy out here. About 85, 86 degrees. 100% humidity. Let's do this turnaround. I'll see you at the finish. Done. 13.1 miles. Was 3 hours, 25 minutes. Definitely did not do faster on the way back. Ended up walking about an hour and 11. Running 2 hours and 13. So I'm walking just under a third. It was downhill on the way back, but it was so gradual. It's a span of about 120 feet of elevation over 6.5 miles that it was basically flat. And I gotta tell you, if you're running on flat ground or ground without a noticeable decline of a couple degrees, it feels like you're running uphill both ways. It felt like I was running uphill both ways. I added about 2 minutes per mile on the return trip. Oh gosh. I gotta be honest, I'm pretty discouraged right now. On the one hand, I just ran for 3.5 hours, 13 miles, where this time last year, when I was getting ready for my triathlon, was the first time I'd run 2 miles without stopping. So, in that sense, I made progress. I ran a full 8 miles today before I started doing intervals. I'd walk 40 minutes or 40 seconds, run minute and 40 seconds. Eventually that tapered down to a minute walk, a minute run. And then finally at the end, probably about 1.5 miles, I just walked. Maybe 2. So yeah, in that sense I've made progress. But in another sense, I ran a half marathon in February that was 30 minutes faster than this one. So I've actually gone down in progress since February. This heat is killer. And I think I'm starting to lose sight of the prospect of doing the marathon in October. It'll be cooler by then, but it's twice the distance I just did. And I don't think I'm going to make the time cutoffs. The other thing about it is, this training is sucking. I'm running on the road. I haven't even run it. My trail at Laurel Springs since July. I've been running outside my front door in my neighborhood on pavement. These long runs are just on pavement, and so just walking right here on the grass, my feet already feel better. This time last year, I was taking Saturday mornings to bike with friends, but I don't have time to do these long runs any other day. And so I'm not biking, I'm not swimming, I'm just pounding pavement. I ran out of water at about the 11-mile mark, 10.5, 11 miles, so shy of a half marathon. Marine Corps Marathon doesn't have a half in October. So I either do a 5K, do the full marathon, or drop it. I'm running in the sun right now, whereas on a trail I'd at least be in the shade for the most part. On a trail, the hills dictate my walk periods. And this is 3.5 hours of my Saturday to feel miserable. I don't know. I only got 9 weeks. I thought I would be further along by now. I thought I would have dropped more weight. I've run a slower half marathon since February. I'm gonna chalk that up to heat. And I'm the same weight I was in February. Oh. I don't know what to do. I want to just find a trail run in January or February. Of course, it would be snowing. Find a trail run to train for. Half marathon distance max. Let's see if I can recover enjoyment. Oh. This pavement's sucking. All right. Next week I've got a 7.5 mile deload long run. So we'll see how I feel after that. The week after that's 15 miles. And I don't want to go up to 15 if I'm just going to be walking 5 of it. Oh. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry it's not thrilling. PRs. Progress is progress. But I've got to temper my expectations. I'm not going to be ready for a 50 miler in a year. That's for sure. All right. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Keep at your goals. Make some kind of progress.